Hello everyone, welcome to this edition of Iredell-Statesville School EDtalks. Our guest today is Dr. Keally Miranda, and Keally is a graduate of West Iredell High School, class of 2003. He is a medical doctor, and I consider him to be one of our most distinguished alumni. So Dr. Miranda, welcome this morning.
Thank you very much for having me, Mr. Johnson.
I remember our days in school together very fondly, Keally. You were a student at West when I was principal there.
That is correct.
And you were a stellar student then, and obviously have continued that pathway since you've been out of school.
Thank you very much. Yes, that was, I believe it was my senior year. I think that was, that you were the principal there. It's been a while.
It has, and I do remember you as a very, very serious student and just a great citizen all the way around.
Thank you very much. School's always been very important to me.
Well, I know that, and your sisters too. You have two sisters.
That's correct.
And those girls have done equally just as well.
Thank you.
But I know that your parents really stressed education.
They have. They have. All since I was a little kid, up even till today. They're always behind me, giving me the support that I need to continue, and without them, I couldn't have done it.
Right. Well, I know when you graduated from West, you went on to Davidson College, and I remember you telling me that you're going to Davidson. That's right. You focused in on that like a laser.
That's right. I worked very hard to get there. Graduated West in 03, like you said, and I graduated third in my class, and I was more than enough blessed to be able to go to Davidson. And I wouldn't have changed it for the world. That's the best place in the world for me.
I know that we had a conversation a couple summers ago about your experience at Davidson, and you talked to us about that was certainly the right fit for you. It's a smaller school and very personal interaction with the faculty and the staff there.
That's true. It's Davidson at the time was 1,600 students, very small, intimate academic school. It's a top 10 liberal arts college today. It's it's very, how would I say it, when everybody there, all the students coming in, I was coming in from West Iredell High School thinking I was on my game, top of the class. I was ready to go, ready to continue my excellence, I guess you would say.
Right.
But everybody there at Davidson was also coming in. They were also top dog, as you would say.
Right.
Coming from private, charter schools, things like that nature. And I had a bit of an awakening when I got there. My first 2 years at Davidson, it was had to learn, kind of adjust to how I would study, how I guess you could say I wasn't 100% prepared for the academic rigors I would face, but I was able to keep working at it, went to tutoring, sought out people, family, friends who could help me, advise me, give me some mentor-mentee relationships, and I was able to overcome that. And my third and fourth year at Davidson, I was back on top and ready to, eventually get towards my goal of going to medical school.
Right. I remember you telling me one time that when you came home one summer, we were chatting, and you were very complimentary of the fact that we had started an IB program here in the Iredell-Statesville Schools.
That is correct. When I was at West, there was actually an AP course. There was a very few AP courses that I had taken, but I had wished at the time when I was a student that I would have had the opportunity to go into an IB program. A lot of the students at Davidson were already in IB programs. They were used to those rigors. And an IB program would have done wonders for me. And now that there is, I'm so happy for Iredell-Statesville Schools to be able to have that resource available to them.
Yeah, well, we're certainly glad to be able to offer that to our children. The other thing I remember you telling me about Davidson that was really impressive was the honor code.
Yes, the honor code. Every freshman who comes in takes a pledge that they'll respect other people, not steal, cheat, lie. You sign an honor code. And for example, like if someone leaves a $20 bill, they happen to drop it on the ground, no matter where it is on the campus, it'll be there. Or someone will move it to somewhere else and notify you that, hey, I've seen a $20 bill right in front of the library. come to such and such place to come pick it up. So
Yeah.
that was very impressive, and it always upheld, as far as I saw. It's very, very serious thing at Davidson. So it helped me grow into a better person as well.
Yeah.
Being in that atmosphere, the Davidson bubble, how they call it.
Oh, yeah.
It's a very uplifting and positive thing.
Yes. Well, and as a graduate of Davidson, too, you're part of a long chain of very distinguished alumni.
That's
and I
correct.
know that you guys network and stay in contact with each other, and it's very much a brotherhood, a sisterhood.
That's right. Alumni relations at Davidson that was actually one of the reasons why I went to Davidson. Because I know that if there's a way for a Davidson alumni to help you down the road, they will.
Yes.
No matter what year you are, wherever you are in the world,
Right.
if you're around a Davidson alumni,
You
there's that brother, you got a friend.
Yeah. That's pretty impressive. Well, now, after Davidson, you went to
Yes.
medical school. Tell us
Yes.
a little bit about that.
Yes. Well, I had a few years in between there where I had worked as a microbiologist at Wake Forest, but I always had kept the goal of going to medical school. And I was blessed with that opportunity and went to the American University of Antigua in the Caribbean. And I'm a soon-to-be graduate, soon to receive my diploma. It's been a long 4 years, but it's something that I've always worked towards in my life to get there. And I can't believe now that I can finally call myself a doctor. It's great. It's a great feeling.
Yeah.
I did a lot of my clerkship training in New York City, so I got a lot of exposure up there in my 3rd and 4th years of med school. And hopefully now I'll be applying to medical residency. Hopefully I can get a spot up there in one of the training programs and continue my education that way. And I'm kind of looking into doing internal medicine as my #1 top goal right now. So, and maybe down the road I can specialize and go into sports medicine or something of that nature. It's
There you go. Yeah.
keeping the options open.
Sure, absolutely. Now, why was medicine a career that you were interested in? What drew you to that profession?
Well, it was something that I always said from little kid that I knew I wanted to be a doctor. I just saw it, going to the doctor's office, seeing them on TV, like that was something that didn't bother me at all. I was that one kid. You would go in and get your shots, your annual checkup. I would not, have any qualms about being there. And that mentality just stuck with me for a while until high school came around, where things started getting more serious, started thinking about it. And I have families also in the medical field. And I was just being exposed to that at such a young age. It just became my dream, and I always went for it.
Yeah. Well, I can imagine with your personality that you're going to make a wonderful physician.
Thank you very much.
And you hear people talk about bedside manner and doctors developing relationships with patients and whatnot, and you will be one of those type physicians.
Thank you very much,
Yes.
Mr. Johnson. That doctor-patient relationship is always very important and something I pride myself on. And I like to think of myself as a people person. So.
Oh, absolutely. That's one of your strengths.
Thank you.
Well, what advice would you have for our high school kids today, or any of our students that are thinking about one of these high-profile careers where there's lots of academic rigor? What advice would you have for them?
Well, I would say set a goal and strive for it. That goal, set it a little bit higher than what you think. Like, for example, if you want to go to a really academically rigorous college, like for example Harvard or Yale, shoot for it. You never know. Like, even if you don't think you're eligible, you never know. Don't let money come in the way. If it's something, I can't afford that. You never know.
Right.
The schools work with you sometimes. It really is just not closing any doors on yourself and continuing forward and just making the most of your abilities and working as hard and being all that you can be.
Absolutely. Well, Dr. Miranda, we are very, very proud of you.
Thank you very much.
And It was a blessing that you came through this school system. You left quite a legacy.
Thank you.
And we have always enjoyed following your pathway.
Yes.
And once you get established as a physician, it'll be interesting to watch that career bud for you. But thank you very much for being here.
I appreciate it very much. Thank you very much.
Well, folks, thanks for watching. This is just one of many, many distinguished alumni from our school system, and we're very proud of every single one of our students. They're all a blessing, and each life has its own story. But thank you for watching today.